Everybody wanted to be the big movie star. But then you realize, like, well, these people are f***ers. The Diddy thing was like an Epstein-type compromise deal. Will Smith, I have to wonder, are you okay? Like, what the f*** is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Puffy just lied, just the man.
What videos do they have of these people, and they're willing to keep quiet about all this?
Thank you for doing what you're doing.
How many people are compromised?
Joe Rogan has finally spoken out on the dark side of Hollywood's response to Will Smith's smack at the Oscars.
Just went to a place that he couldn't get out of.
In everybody's mind, when you see Will Smith, oh, he slapped Chris Rock.
That was a horrific night.
To you?
For me, yeah. I made
all
it.
the real ones who understood, I'm gonna stand up for my wife, whether I'm right or wrong in any place.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. But I'm like, what is going on right
keep
now?
my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
Reason being, I believe the Hollywood heavy hitters are now riding shotgun with Will Smith's collapsing career. After that smack, Chris Rock could not have wished for better vengeance. As millions of people eagerly awaited Chris Rock's announcement, he allowed that moment to boil for a whole year. He made $40 million while clowning Will's whole existence in a bombshell Netflix special, and then he let it all hang out.
Because everybody knows what the happened. Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that. I didn't have any entanglements. I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, what everybody knows, his wife was her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this, but for some reason, these put that on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that low down. What the that we all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television.
So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
The shit about Will Smith was ruthless. What you did is ridiculous. The way you're behaving is crazy. It didn't even make sense.
In addition, guess what? I believe that slap would be the point when Chris Rock's career took off and Will Smith's whole reputation plummeted into becoming the biggest punching bag in comedy history. If you were to draw a graph outlining the career paths of the two actors.
Chris Rock is a comedian. What comedians do, they can do this better than anybody else. They can take a real life situation and make it funny.
I seen a man stand up for his wife, which we don't see that much anymore. That made me have hope.
I really, admire him for standing up for his wife.
He's protecting his wife. Well, where was her protection of a man when she was at the red table talking about what she was doing with this entanglement?
I think a long time coming for him. And it's a lot of emotion. It's probably all welling up in him right now.
We can think of a dozen actors who, if they'd done something similar, we wouldn't be surprised.
What's crazy to me, though, is the fact that the Academy let him get up there. He makes this bizarre speech.
By the way, and not an apology, a justification for what he did.
They were trying desperate measures to try and get some attention for social media. And then, as always happens in award shows, the unscripted moments are the ones you remember.
Something else is going on deeper because he should have been pushed over the edge last year when she was at the round table talking about an entanglement. Go fight that dude.
But a far better way to do it would have been to walk out of the Oscars in protest. Violence is never the answer.
Okay, Will and Chris, we're gonna solve that like family at the gold party.
This was embarrassing to the highest degree.
Too.
His live special was, I loved it.
Yeah, and it was also like the build-up because of getting slapped by Will Smith and all that crazy
Right,
shit.
yeah.
I think that was like the best thing that ever happened to him. Because then he became like wild again. Like his stand-up was like outrageous. Like it was like the Rock of old.
That night was like watching a Super Bowl. You were just like, what? It's a live event? Holy what the And then he was a badass, and I think he had some white on, and he looked cool as and you were waiting for him to talk about it, and then he got to it, and he got excited.
Well,
to
he
say.
didn't talk about it for a while.
Yeah,
on
right.
stage, like he would tell
Yes.
people, if you think
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about
Yeah,
it, I'm
right.
not.
Yeah.
He wanted to be ready, and he wanted to really think
Mhm.
about what he was going to say and how to say.
That's because of where we are in life, where anything you say is on the internet the next day. So he's
The
like,
next
I
day.
got to be careful and not blow this up. And
Also,
I say
they would
it right.
ruin the bits.
Yeah.
Because people would just tell the bits, and, then,
Yes.
and it wasn't even ready yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you think about it, the actual mask-off moment was when Will Smith was not only granted 6 solid minutes for a teary-eyed speech, but there was also an extreme contempt for Chris Rock, who had just been humiliated and abused on stage. Because there was no instant substitute for Chris, he had to stand there and do his part. And they were arguably the longest few minutes of his life. I mean, forget security tackling Will Smith or escorting him out later. I don't even recall seeing a single person walk over to Chris Rock to check on him. Way multiple people did for Will Smith, including Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper. And it must have been a very lonely time for Chris Rock indeed, demonstrating just how frigid the business elites can be toward you at precisely the point when they need to stand by you on the most black and white topic ever.
If you have a life-changing event like getting slapped at the Oscars in this most preposterous scenario, the whole thing was preposterous.
Yeah.
I think for him it was also a wake-up call, like, hey, these motherfuckers don't really care about me.
In that moment,
they didn't protect me. Nobody stopped it. He went back and sat down, and then he got an award afterwards. He got a standing ovation. Like, what the is going on here?
Was weird.
Yeah, because you always want to be that guy who's hosting the Oscars and who's starring in the big movies, and that's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to be the big movie star. But then you realize, like, well, these people are you know, what did you do? How did you set this up? How come nobody tackled him?
That
like,
was a weird moment.
Oh,
live
the weirdest.
Moment. Yeah.
It was like a guy just showing his ass. Like, you just pulled your pants down, showed the world your ass. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
He probably doesn't. He probably wakes up in the middle of the night going, why did I do that?
That whole thing sucks. Yes,
beyond. It was almost like a guy who doesn't know how normal people act, thinking this is what you're supposed to do. Go smack that guy.
It became just went to a place that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
And started it.
And still there. He's still there.
Yeah.
In everybody's mind, when you see Will Smith, oh, he slapped Chris Rock. That's like immediate. Not I Am Legend, not Muhammad Ali, not insanely good movies.
Yeah.
The guy's an incredible actor.
Absolutely,
He's been in so many banger movies.
Yeah.
He's a blockbuster movie star.
Yeah.
And people see him, they go, oh, he slapped Chris Rock. Fuck that guy.
Fucking sucks. God damn it.
Terrible.
Now, of course, I'm not at all believing this story for Will Smith that he was actually outraged by that minor off-the-cuff remark from Chris Rock. Because that's not it. The reality is, Will Smith is the typical instance of a guy who has spent decades of his life not standing up and being the man when he needed to be, and then attempting to show his manhood to the world by one extremely humiliating public blunder. He hadn't been a man when his wife cheated on him. He hadn't been a man at that Red Table Talk when he was displayed like a fool by Jada. He hadn't been a man when he couldn't raise his own kid to be a man. And of course, he couldn't even be man enough to give a true apologize, which is obvious from how Will was shoving that moment in Chris Rock's face with this so-called rap. Rock had been more of a man in that one moment than Will Smith's whole career. I can't believe Will still had the guts to make it about himself.
That was a horrific night, man. That was a horrific night.
To you?
For me, yeah. I made
all the real ones who understood, I'm gonna stand up for my wife, whether I'm right or wrong in any place. So I understood that. I don't care what you say. Nobody can make me think that anything you did was wrong.
Let me tell you one of the words, because I was right there. And I get home, and my nephew, 9 years old, his name's Dom. And he is the sweetest kid in the world. You know, him and my sister live with me. And we got these bean bags in the kitchen. I'm sitting in the kitchen, he's sitting between my legs, and he's holding the Oscar. And he goes, why you hit that man, Uncle Will? And I was like, oh!
You gotta explain that to him.
And it's like, you know, I'm gonna be crying. Somebody got tissue? And it was, I got one. And it was like, see, I knew y'all was gonna have me, right?
It's all good.
You can't explain it to him. He stayed up late.
Right, waited for you.
Waited for Uncle Will, you know, and it was like, you know, I can do all the justifications forever.
Right. He won't understand it.
He can't, you know.
But no matter what happens, Will Smith's smack has finally busted the Hollywood fantasy. And it's a moment that's carved in history as the time when the industry's downfall was almost sealed. Rogan has spent decades with actors, comedians, artists, filmmakers, producers, and some of the most prominent individuals in entertainment. Over the years, he's heard anecdotes that create a terrible image of an industry where dominance isn't just about money, it's about control. Control over jobs, control over opportunities, and, in certain situations, control over people's whole life.
What did they tell you? When they said that they were going to put you on medication, what did they put you on, and what did they tell you?
One of my favorite things that they did is they put me on this medication that made me gain a lot of weight. And I said, I'm not going to take this. And they said, okay, we got a medication you can take where you won't gain weight. And this shows you they were trying to kill a superhero, slowly trying to kill genius, trying to make me not feel like I could run for president, make me not feel like I can go be born in Atlanta, grow up on the south side of Chicago, go into music, go and win all these Grammys, change the sound of music and the look of stage performances, all that, and then still end up in $53 million of debt. What music industry has people going to the exact debt of the house that they think they're gonna buy after the tour is over. And it's strategized. There's criminals all over everyone's almost accounts in the music industry. It's not a safe place. It's a treacherous place. So
filled with money. As soon as things are filled with money, they're filled with people that are trying to take advantage of other people.
It's filled with money. Bees come to honey.
One tale Rogan presented came from famed director Quentin Tarantino. According to Rogan, Tarantino detailed an old-school Hollywood executive who purportedly had a bedroom constructed right into his office. The suggestion was that aspiring actresses weren't merely applying for movie parts. There were supposedly further expectations tied to such possibilities. Rogan dubbed it a deal with the devil, adding that this type of agreement has existed in Hollywood for years.
There's got to be like a bunch of people that ran their business that way.
But Weinstein, they say like in Hollywood, like my agent's like, oh no, yeah, it's about time you got caught. I'm like, what the f? Everyone knew this?
Dude,
like everyone knew.
Did you see his contract? It was in his contract. The way he had his contract set up was like they had a certain amount of money that he would have to pay if he had a harassment claim against him. It was like...
It was a thing for him.
Yes. Like he had so many claims. That's like first offense was $100,000. Second offense was $250,000. Third offense was $750,000. Fourth offense was $1 million. He had it written into his contract with Miramax. His contract with the Weinstein Company, like
he owned Miramax, right?
I don't know. Explain that contract. Like he'd have to pay $100,000.
Yes. They're protecting themselves.
Oh, when they sign him, they go, okay, the first time you with one of these goods, it's gonna be $100,000.
Yes.
Second time, it's $200,000.
It's not
Holy
just him. Yes. I mean, it was
That's
so
how big of a problem it was.
It was such a huge. It was so known of what he would do, and look, even Quentin Tarantino said that he did it to his ex-girlfriend. Quentin Tarantino said he knew about it. Yeah, he did it to Mira Sorvino.
Dude, and could Harvey Weinstein get any fucking uglier?
He is a hideous He's got a young ass wife.
He's so gross.
He looks like a troll.
What he looks like is a sexual predator in a Harvey Weinstein movie.
And that's when things start getting awkward. Because according to Rogan, these tales aren't restricted to one producer or one period. He thinks comparable networks have existed across the entertainment world for decades. Movies, television, music, everywhere you look, there are tales of powerful individuals supposedly leveraging their influence to acquire what they want while promising fame, money, and success in exchange. What's even more alarming is that Rogan thinks many of these situations were never actually secrets. Instead, they were what Hollywood insiders term open secrets. Everyone knew, actors knew, agents knew, managers knew, studio executives knew, but according to Rogan, nobody spoke publicly because too many professions relied on remaining quiet. Rogan also stated that kid performers may have suffered the most.
Documentary, an open secret. Watch that shit.
Keep hearing about that.
An open secret. Watch.
Is it about?
It's about pedophilia in Hollywood, right?
It's about Hollywood managers who manage kids. It's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
They're
Strange?
just grooming these kids, dude.
That kid
grooming
from
them
Strange Things,
to suck their dick.
Stranger
Things.
He just left his manager, and they're alleging They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin.
The curly-haired kid. Oh,
yeah.
and he's
Owen
in It,
Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your mind? When
What's
you're
up with this transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of sexual assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ. This is nuts,
Watch
man.
an Open Secret, and they go through it. Dude, they pick. They're accusing people. It's for free. I think on Vimeo.
Yeah, you
can watch it for free. An Open Secret.
Just on YouTube or something.
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pedos
For sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music. This was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment
so it's
business.
women and kids.
He has consistently voiced worry about the way young performers are handled in the entertainment business, pointing to films and public reports that imply fragile youngsters were often surrounded by adults who had significant power over their destiny. Rogan has questioned why so many warning flags were overlooked for so many years, and why some of the persons implicated were shielded despite repeated complaints. Even Corey Feldman and Elijah Wood, two well-known actors, have openly talked about abuse and exploitation problems with kid performers, which Rogan has highlighted in these chats.
The former child star alleges that pedophilia has been a real issue in Hollywood. He tells the publication, quote, "There are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. What bums me about these situations is that the victims can't speak as loudly as the people in power. That's the tragedy of attempting to reveal what is happening to innocent people. They can be squashed, but their lives have been irreparably damaged." The 35-year-old adds, "If you're innocent, you have very little knowledge of the world and you want to succeed. People with parasitic interests will see you as their prey."
I can get a good career doing this. It's going to be good.
Wood says he was not a victim of abuse because his mother Deborah protected him and he avoided those kinds of situations. He goes on to allege that even as an adult in the industry, he has been, quote, "led down dark paths to realize that these things probably are still happening."
Then there are the names Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, R. Kelly, and Woody Allen. All of them were prominent characters in the entertainment business. All of them had great effect. All of them worked with many celebrities. According to Rogan, one of the major problems isn't only what they were accused of doing, but how many others may have known about it while it was occurring. That's where Oprah Winfrey enters the discussion. For years, Oprah was pictured beside Weinstein. She applauded him openly, he attended at her functions, and she appeared at his. After Weinstein's collapse, critics started investigating if some of Hollywood's greatest stars knew more than they said.
Gowan, who has been a very outspoken voice, a part of the Me Too movement, called Oprah out for her association to Harvey Weinstein. Rose described Oprah as fake and not the trustworthy woman that she claims to be. And if Harvey Weinstein wasn't bad enough, Oprah Winfrey had no problem being associated with Russell Simmons, who has been accused of R-word by 15 different women, and he also began dating the mother of his children when she was not a legal adult. But Oprah had no problem rubbing shoulders and even working with Russell Simmons until the pressure got just too hot for him and he fled the country. But Rose McGowan was not the only celebrity to call out Oprah and her friendship with Harvey Weinstein. The singer Seal also took to social media to call Oprah out for her association to predatory men. Seal has claimed that Oprah Winfrey was fully aware of what her pal Harvey Weinstein was doing, and when he was exposed for what he had done, Oprah tried to position herself as the solution instead of understanding that she was a part of the problem. While Oprah has had many friends who are very inspiring people, Gayle King, Maya Angelou, Aretha Franklin, just to name a few, she still has no problem rubbing shoulders with some of the worst men in Hollywood. Speaking of men, one thing that I was very curious about while diving into the topic of Oprah Winfrey was her past dating life. In the late 70s, Oprah would date the man who was the mastermind behind the Oprah Winfrey Show. We just spoke about him in an earlier part, Roger Ebert. The two met while they were both working in Chicago, and they went on to date briefly, but their romance would later fizzle out, and they would continue a strong friendship and business partnership and would later create the Oprah Winfrey Show. After this, Oprah would go on to date a television news anchor named Randolph Cook, but this was also a very short-lived relationship. In the late 80s, Oprah would date Emmy Award-winning musician and composer John Tesh, but their relationship was unfortunately very short-lived as the public was not accepting of their interracial relationship. But in 1986, Oprah would meet her future life partner, Stedman Graham, at a charity event in Chicago. The two would later go on to date, and Stedman Graham would propose to Oprah in 1992, but the pair would never marry. To this day, they are still not married, but they do refer to each other as life partners. Like we talked about earlier, Oprah, after losing her son at just 14 years old, decided that she never wanted to pursue becoming a mother ever again. So it appears that she's found a partner that is also very comfortable living a child-free life with her.
Iris singer Seal even tweeted a popular letter wondering how so many powerful people could claim total ignorance after years of accusations regarding Weinstein's conduct. According to anecdotes mentioned on Rogan's show, Weinstein's power reportedly stretched well beyond merely creating movies. Multiple others stated he could establish careers overnight. Aspiring performers apparently felt that being on his good side might transform their careers forever. Whether those claims are genuine or not, Rogan says that Weinstein's reputation grew so strong because individuals felt he could give precisely what he promised. Which of these celebrities would you want us to perform a deep dive on? Let us know in the comments below.